Audie Murphy was not born into greatness. He was born into a fight for survival. On June 20th, 1925, in Kingston, Texas, Audie Leon Murphy entered a world that offered nothing freely. As the seventh of 12 children to Emmett Murphy and Josie Bell Murphy, he grew up in a sharecropping family crushed by the Great Depression. Hunger was constant. Dreams felt impossible. But inside that hardship was something powerful. Because when hope disappears, legends aren't created by privilege. They are forged by struggle. When Audie Murphy was still a young boy, his father abandoned the family, leaving his mother alone to raise 12 children under impossible conditions. Then tragedy struck again. At just 16 years old, Audie lost his mother. Orphaned with only a 5th grade education, he was forced to leave school and take on any work he could find to keep his younger siblings alive. Those early years forged him into something rare, quietly responsible, fiercely resilient, and emotionally hardened far beyond his age. When World War II erupted, Audie Murphy knew exactly what he wanted to do. He tried to enlist, only to be rejected by both the U.S. Navy and the Marine Corps for being too small and underweight. Standing only 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighing just over 110 pounds, he didn't look like a soldier. But when the U.S. Army accepted him in 1942, everything changed. What Audie Murphy lacked in size, he made up for in courage. He fought across North Africa, Italy, France, and Germany, earning a reputation among fellow soldiers for bravery, tactical intelligence, and absolute loyalty. His defining moment came on January 26, 1945, near Holzweiler, France. Outnumbered, wounded, and nearly alone, Audie climbed onto a burning tank destroyer and manned a .50 caliber machine gun, holding off an entire German company for over an hour, while simultaneously calling in artillery strikes. That single act of valor earned him the Medal of Honor at just 19 years old. By the end of the war, Audie Murphy had received 33 medals and decorations from the United States and allied nations, including the Distinguished Service Cross, 2 Silver Stars, the Bronze Star, and 3 Purple Hearts. He became the most decorated American soldier of World War II, a living legend. But when the war ended, the battle followed him home. Behind the medals and public celebrations, Audie Murphy was fighting something invisible: nightmares, insomnia, rage. What doctors then called battle fatigue is now known as post-traumatic stress disorder. Instead of hiding it, Audie spoke openly about the psychological cost of war, becoming one of the earliest public voices advocating for veterans' mental health at a time when silence was expected. Seeking structure and purpose, Audie Murphy turned to Hollywood. He went on to star in more than 40 films, most notably To Hell and Back 1955, based on his own memoir. In an extraordinary decision, Audie played himself, reliving his wartime experiences on screen. The film became a massive box office success and cemented his status as both a war hero and a movie star. Despite his fame, Audie Murphy never believed he was a great actor. He approached acting with humility and discipline, gravitating toward westerns and war films that reflected his quiet intensity. He shared the screen with legends like James Stewart and Dan Daria in Night Passage 1957, and earned critical acclaim for darker roles such as Nitrogen Monoxide, Name on the Bullet, where his performance as a hired killer revealed surprising depth and complexity. In 1959, Audie appeared in 3 westerns, including The Wild and The Innocent, opposite Sandra Dee, and worked behind the scenes as an uncredited co-producer on Cast A Long Shadow. Collaborating with Walter Mirisch, his career expanded into television as well, including a powerful appearance alongside Thelma Ritter on StarTime in an episode titled The Man. Beyond entertainment, Audie Murphy remained deeply committed to service. In the early 1960s, he became a familiar face on the U.S. Army's television series The Big Picture, appearing in multiple episodes and traveling to military installations across Germany, Italy, Turkey, and New Mexico. His efforts earned him the Outstanding Civilian Service Medal in 1960, further proving his loyalty never faded. Creatively, Audie formed long-standing partnerships with writers like Claire Huffaker, who penned 7 Ways from Sundown and Posse from Hell, and with Willard W. Willingham and Mary Willingham, collaborators on projects such as Whispering Smith, Battle at Bloody Beach, Bullet for a Bad Man, Arizona Raiders, Gunpoint, and 40 Guns to Apache Pass, which became Audie Murphy's final Western lead. One of his most meaningful creative relationships was with director Bud Boetticher, whom he first met at a boxing gym. Their partnership began with The Cimarron Kid 1951 and lasted nearly 2 decades, culminating in A Time for Dying 1969, Audie's final film, Off-Screen. Audie Murphy's personal life was marked by turbulence and healing. In 1949, he married actress Wanda Hendricks, but the pressures of fame and untreated PTSD strained the relationship. They divorced in 1951. Just 4 days later, Audie married Pamela Opal Lee Archer, a former airline stewardess whose grounded nature brought stability to his life. Together, Audie Murphy and Pamela raised 2 sons, Terry Michael Murphy and James Shannon Murphy. Family became Audie's anchor, offering him a sense of normalcy he had never known. But even stability could not protect him from what was coming. On May 28, 1971, Audie Murphy boarded a private Aero Commander aircraft flying through bad weather. Over Brush Mountain, Virginia, the plane crashed. Audie Murphy was dead at just 45 years old. Authorities ruled the incident an accident, pilot error, and poor visibility. But questions surfaced immediately. Why was the aircraft flying so low? Why were key pieces of wreckage missing? Why did witness accounts contradict one another? For decades, conspiracy theories swirled. Some believed intelligence agencies were involved. Others suspected organized crime or retaliation connected to Audie's private dealings. His family rejected claims of foul play. Yet the absence of clear answers left the mystery unresolved. Recently, a team of independent investigators revisited the crash using modern forensic analysis and newly declassified government documents. What they discovered was deeply unsettling. Evidence pointed to sabotage, tampered control systems, cut and rerouted wiring, and mechanical interference inconsistent with an accident. Even more disturbing were revelations that Audie Murphy had been under surveillance. In the months before his death, a whistleblower came forward, claiming Audie had stumbled upon sensitive information tied to covert government operations, making him a liability to powerful interests. The implication was chilling. The crash that ended Audie Murphy's life may not have been an accident at all, but a carefully staged cover up for his family. The truth reopened old wounds. They now demand transparency, justice, and accountability for a man who gave everything to his country. Historians are re-examining his legacy within the context of Cold War America, Hollywood, and the dangerous intersections of fame, power, and secrecy. The mystery surrounding Audie Murphy's death may never be fully resolved, but the truth we now see changes everything. He survived war, fame, and unimaginable pressure. Yet history suggests his final battle wasn't fought on a battlefield. Audie Murphy's life reminds us that true courage doesn't end with war. And sometimes the deadliest threats come when the guns fall silent.